welcome back. Now, I'm not going to record the entire leveling experience because that's probably not very interesting, but I wanted to record the starting area so you can see what that's like, and then I will be recording significant, interesting things that I encounter. Mileage may vary on that, on how interesting or entertaining you guys think it is, but we should see. Some more comparisons on Rift. I like the combat so far. One of the criticisms that when I showed the game to friends is how starkly different the Guardian style is graphic-wise to the Defiant side, being that they thought that the Defiant side didn't get as much love as the Guardian side did. And that same thing holds true on World of Warcraft. A lot of people feel that the Horde gets more love than the Alliance does on the whole, even though a lot of the storyline is based on the Alliance. But when it comes to like game graphics and the scenery and the different areas, they believe, you know, what they believe. I personally tried both, and what made the difference for me was I like the layout of the main city on the Guardian side better than I did the Defiant side. And since I'm going to be spending a lot of time there, I just decided, you know, that's what I'm going to do. Unlike WoW and a lot of games where you have starkly different races, in this game you have, for lack of another word, a human type character that you can create on both sides. Whereas like in WoW, you can create a human on Alliance, but the closest you're going to get to a human, per se, on the Horde side is, you know, a Blood Elf. So, which I have many of. By the way, I love my little Blood Elves. So, from that standpoint, it really didn't matter to me. Some people view the Defiant as bad and the Guardian as good, or the Guardian as religious fanatics. This is the shield that I was talking about. It's a lovely shield for fighting, which you'll see in a moment. I personally, again, I'm not feeling it one way or the other. I just think that they have different points of view, where the Guardian has a more religious theme to it because you come back as an ascended god. The Defiant side is more similar to the goblins, where they try and create their own destinies through their creations. And in this case, they created something that they couldn't control, and all hell broke loose. But yeah, it's. I think that there's room for both. Honestly, I'm just not into the storyline in this game as much as I was on WoW. On WoW, I have a serious love for Thrall. I love Thrall. And one of the things that I like about the Horde is that they have, you know, the single alliance. I was not pleased when they decided to have Thrall go off wherever he was going. And the dude that they replaced him with, that I was like, ugh. I mean, it just didn't, I wasn't feeling it. And I guess the guy who I cannot think of his name for nothing right now, has a storyline within himself that he's really sort of misunderstood, that he really can lead, and there's some thought-provoking quests that bring that out. But again, I probably because of Warcraft 2 to 3, you know, there was history and a story before the game launched, and with this, I mean, you can't really compare to that. You compare with that. I mean, how can you? You know what I'm saying? So I don't have an attachment story-wise as much in this game as I did the other. So I could have played either side. Again, the thing that made me Guardian over Defiance was the layout of the city. Everything, I think it's more efficient than the other. And on the Defiance side, I was riding around in circles trying to find stuff, and it's like, you know what? This isn't working. Let's see. The game costs the same for subscriptions fees, $14.99 a month, unless you want to prepay. I prepaid for a couple of months. It was like 50-something bucks. Because I was in the beta and I liked it. Honestly, I haven't been playing as much as I probably would because I've been playing, you know, other games. One of the things that I didn't want to repeat was getting burnt out in WoW and then feeling guilty about it because I just played WoW and nothing else but WoW for so long. So with this, I was playing other games, and I finished the Dragon Age and got Dragon Age Origins coming up, and I have let's see, I was stuck between whether I wanted to do Fable 3 or The Witcher 2, and I decided to do Fable 3, so I'm going to be doing that on the 17th when it unlocks. I did not like the playstyle on The Witcher. I didn't find it hard, I just found it boring and tedious. No offense to those that love The Witcher, and I'm sure everybody and their mama's going to be doing The Witcher 2. So that's even a better excuse for me to do Fable 3. I'll watch people's playthroughs and, you know, interact with them. I'm just not feeling doing it myself. I just did not enjoy the playstyle on The Witcher at all. I didn't find it hard, just boring. But I did enjoy the storyline. I have seen playthroughs of The Witcher, and I do like the story, so I'm interested to see where they go story-wise with the game. But other games that I've been looking at, the Teeny Bang story. I love puzzle games. I love puzzle games. So I'm looking at that as well. And from my understanding, it's kind of short. So I could probably, you know, bust it out in a day, just upload it and be done with it. Of course, I would, you know, put disclaimers up like all over the place. Do not watch this video unless you want to know how to solve these puzzles. So we're out of the second area. Now we're going into the third of the starting areas. And this is where things start to pick up a little bit, honestly. Quest-wise. You notice there's a lot of sparklies in this game. Which is nice. I'm glad that they've adopted the easy-to-spot sparklies. When you end the... One thing that I like about it is I wanted to figure out how to phrase my intent here. One of the things that I like about the end of the starting area is that it introduces you to a rift, and it somewhat sucks you into the storyline, and things progress at a quicker pace. These beginning levels are for one thing and one thing alone, is to let you learn how to use your abilities. And there is a lot of spam. Oh my god, there is a lot of spam. And it's sad, there was spam in the beta. Really, I mean, on first day of launch, spam, and I reported. Oh, ridiculous. They're gonna have to come up with something. mean, I guess that's good that there's enough interest in the game, but now around this part, I'm starting to get bored. And I do this in every game because I don't have enough buttons to push. And it's not the game's fault because you don't want to overload a new user with a whole bunch of buttons and abilities that they don't know how to properly use. This shield is badass. I love this shield. But I guess I'm a button pusher. And when I only have one or two, I start to zone out. It's like, okay, well, I got to get past this. But I do agree that they shouldn't bombard. Many people would feel overwhelmed starting this game simply because there are so many options with the souls. When I first got in the game, I honestly was clusterfucked. There's no other way to put it because I could not wrap my brain around the new concept that I had that much flexibility in a game. And then I had so many choices. It's like, what should I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? And then I started to do the min-max kind of thing. Well, which one is the most efficient to do the best? Well, completely skipping the fun aspect of the game, you know. And it dawned on me, I need to have some fun in the game. Now with my cleric, one of the things that I like, if you notice during this fight, and this is what happens when you die. I was hoping I'd be able to get away. Oh, let me point this out. When you die, you can soul walk or you can respawn. You'd think soul walk would mean that you have to walk back to your body. Soul walk means that you are going to res around the same area that you died in. Why they call it soul walk, I don't know. Because you don't really walk anywhere. But yeah, that screwed me up the first couple of times when I first encountered that. Now you can see with my cleric, I'm able to do range damage, which this mob is completely ranged, and I'm able to melee, and that's one of the reasons why I'm choosing the spec that I'm choosing, because I like to be able to do both. I don't like being locked in on things. The range spell, ironically, is coming from the Purifier. I haven't even gotten my ranged one yet, Inquisitor. So with my second soul, I got the shield and the range spell. Pretty nice. So I like not having to necessarily run up to a mob trying to chase it down, and I can pull very easily. Okay, I'm looking at the time here, and I'm almost at that time, so I'm going to pause here. Why do I always do this in the middle of a fight? I start a fight. Ugh, okay, be back.